Yeah, good morning, guys. Today we'll see about conditional statements in Python as well as looping statements in Python. Before that, we'll see about the how we can view inputs to the program from the terminal of Python. Okay, so suppose there is some program called a equal to 3 and b equal to 4 and c equal to a plus b. Okay, and I want to print c, print of c. So what it will print actually is C, the value of C, that is 7, right? I don't want to give the values of A and B directly from in the program itself. Then we have a tag called input of. Okay, so enter, we can give input of. Okay, and you can give what you want to display by in the terminal. So enter the first number. Okay, then for this one, input of enter the second number. Okay, second number. So now it will ask for user to enter the number from the terminal. Okay, that is input A and input B, and that is going to be added, and that result will be printed. So if I run this one, it will ask me enter the first number, whatever you have written here. Until then, the cell keeps on executing. So I will enter 3 here, and if I press enter, it will ask me for the second number, that is the second line. You can see the small green dot over here. Okay, the line of execution, the point of execution has shifted to this particular line. So here I can enter 4, and if I press enter, then what will be the result? It should be 7, but it will not be 7 because Python by default assumes if you give assumes the input, takes the input in the form of strings. So it will consider this whatever you have entered here in the terminal to be a string, and this is also assumed to be a string. So when strings are added, this becomes, when it is string 3 plus string 4, it becomes concatenation, and the result will be 34. Okay, 34, because that is concatenated. So if you want to avoid this one, you need to place int of, you need to do the typecasting. So then string of whatever number you have entered 3 will get converted into number 3. Okay, number 3, and then it gets added. Okay, you can neatly place here f string, the sum of, okay, and a and b. Okay, f strings have been discussed already. So this one, so now we'll get, now if I enter 3 4, now you can see the sum of 3 and 4 is 7. Excellent. Then where do we use only, if the number is having decimal thing, then you have to wrap it around float. Okay, this is just like a scanf function in C programming language. So now you want to enter the numbers, decimal numbers, you have to wrap it around float. 3.5, 4.1, you'll get the answer to be 7.6. Excellent. Now we'll see what is the what are I mean how the strings can be inputted. So if you don't give int of any typecasting over here, this is called typecasting. Okay, you are converting whatever the input is obtained from the terminal to floating point number. Okay, if you don't give float or int, then it will be by default remain as string. Okay, Suppose that I want to enter like my first name is equal to Sainath. Okay, my last name, first name equal to Sainath, that is string. First name equal to Sainath and last name equal to, okay, uh, Y. Okay, just the initial. Okay, so I want to add like this is like initial initial equal to this one, but I wanted y dot sign up. Then what you are going to do? Okay, total name is equal to y plus dot, okay, plus just adding the characters and strings, uh, sign up, right? This is my name. Instead of y I can keep first name, which is already initialized, and dot remains the same, whereas this one will be, sorry about that. Instead of first name I, sorry about that. uh, First of all I have to give here initial, right? Y dot sign up, no? So plus first name. Okay, so now if I print total name, print of total name, what you are going to end up is, in place of initial there is y, so y will be here, dot that will be added to dot, that will be concatenated with dot, I mean full stop, followed by first name is sign up, that will be concatenated with the sign up. If I do this one, you are getting capital Y dot sign up. So instead of giving it like this, I can actually input it from the terminal. So input of enter the first name. Okay, so that will default be taken as string. Input of enter the second name. Now you can generalize whatever you enter the initial. Sorry about that. Surname, right? Actually, initial. Okay, enter the initial. So now if I run this one, enter the first name. I want the first name to be some Dinesh. Okay, and initial F. Okay, F dot Dinesh. Okay, F dot Dinesh. You can see that. Okay, now I want it to be uppercase. Then you can have dot upper of. Okay, initial should be uppercase, right? Capital F. Whatever you enter, it becomes converted to capital F. You can see that. See here, I will enter Sai Nag and I'll enter small y, becomes capital Y dot Sai Nag. Okay, dot upper of is to convert the lowercase to uppercase or to capitalize. Okay, that is good. Now I want you to understand about if conditional statements in Python. So if condition is like if, okay, followed by condition, followed by, okay, colon, followed by, here you will write the lines of code. Lines of code will be written here. Okay, remember that in Python there will be no brackets. So you understand that the lines of code are inside the if condition through indentation. Okay, That means if the starting of if is here, okay, from the starting I, okay, four spaces from there, okay, whatever lines of code are inside it, okay, will be considered to be executed on satisfying the condition present here. Okay, suppose I want to find, okay, I want to input two numbers and find which is greater, okay, which is having the maximum value. Suppose a equal to input of, enter the first number, okay, enter the first number, and here you will keep int of, okay, because these are numbers. Then you have b equal to int of input of, enter the second number. Okay, fine. So now you have to write the condition here. If, okay, you don't need to keep any brackets also. If you want to keep, you can keep the brackets also, okay, but that is redundant. If even if you keep brackets for condition here, if a greater than b, okay, also it is fine. If you don't keep the brackets also for the condition, it is fine. Okay, if a greater than b followed by colon, and if you press enter, you'll have four spaces there, okay, or one tab, okay, automatically it will come. So now if a is greater than b, then print, okay, what you should print, this is f string, a is larger of, or a is bigger of a and b, okay. Else statement, print of f, b is, okay, otherwise, okay, if condition, if this condition is not satisfied, then you have else statement here, okay. Upon not satisfying this condition, then it will look for the else condition, okay. Then b is bigger of a and b, okay, that is good. If I run this one, it will prompt, it will ask for two inputs a and b, and if the condition a greater than b is satisfied, okay, then it will print, okay, a, or whatever value you have entered here will be reflected here because you kept f string f here, okay, is bigger of a and b. And if this condition is not satisfied, then the execution will shift to else, and then this statement will be printed, okay. If this condition is satisfied, else will not be executed. If this condition is not satisfied, then only else condition will be executed. So now see, it is asking for to enter the number, okay. So the execution is at first line here, as a green small triangle you can see. So I am entering the first number to be 4, okay. Then the execution is in second line, okay. Now I will enter 3. That means first number is 4, that is a. So now then you can see immediately the execution will shift to here, 4 and 3, okay. If I press enter, you can see the green will shift here and come here and close up here. Okay, it happens fast. Okay, so you can see the cursor stopped here. Okay, so 4 is bigger of 4 and 3. Now if I give it otherwise, like first number I will enter is 3. Okay, then I will enter b to be 4. Then else statement will be executed because this condition is not satisfied. Now the execution, the green arrow will appear here after I press enter. Okay, so 4 is bigger of 3 and 4. That means this is executed because b, second number is b, right? So this is how if statement is executed. Now if I want to find out if larger of three numbers, okay, there are three numbers a equal to, then you have to have a nested if else. Nested if, like not a nested if but multiple if else statements have to be, I mean, like multiple conditions are there because here only two conditions are there. You have chosen the first condition to be this one and the second condition is else. Okay, there are multiple cases. Okay, there are like four or five conditions, then in between you have to keep L if. Okay, that case we'll see. Okay, suppose we have three numbers, two numbers, I'll take it from here itself. Two numbers, I'll take it from here itself. Okay, the same things. And third number I'll take int of, okay, enter the third number. I want to find the largest of these three. So C will be enter the third number, right? So if I want to find the largest of three, how can I find it? So one way is like if, okay, A greater than B, and here you need to use logical operator and, okay, if A greater than B, okay, and B is greater than C, that implies, okay, A is largest, right? So A is greater than B, B greater than C. That implies A is largest. Okay. So now second condition, okay, L if, okay, and you have to have a condition written here. Okay. If this condition is not satisfied, I have B greater than A and B greater than A, okay, and A greater than C. Okay, you have to always see what I am doing is A greater than B, again B greater than C. That means B is greater than C and A is greater than B. That means obviously A is largest. Here also B is greater than A and again with A I am starting. A is greater than C. That means C is the smallest here and B is the greatest here. Printf print, okay, in C it is printf, here it is print. Remember that B is largest. So the last condition will be written in else. Okay, print of F. Okay, the remaining condition is, what is the remaining condition? Okay, C is greater than A and A is greater than B. That means C is greater than. That condition you don't need to write. Remaining condition is that itself. Okay, so you can keep else. If there are like 10 conditions, okay, then you will have 8 ifs, one if and one else. Remember that if there are 10 conditions, there will be 8 ifs. Okay, in between there will be 8 ifs and one if will be there, that is for sure, and one else will be there. C is largest. Okay, this is L if condition for you. So if I execute it, see the first number is, suppose first number 5, okay, 4 and 1, 5 should be the greatest, 5 is largest, you can see the result. Okay, anything you give, 4, 6, 8, 8 is largest. Okay, you enter any number, 6, 72, 109. So 109 is the largest. So this is how you write if else statements over here. Okay, that is fine. Now we'll have a simple understanding of if else with another example. Okay, I want you to check whether a given number is even number or odd number using if else condition. So I have to, okay, so I'll write here program to check the given number is even number or odd number. Okay, so now what I'll do here is I'll write the condition for here. If, so first of all I'll input the number, num is equal to int of input of enter the number. Okay, if number modulo 2 equal to 0, okay, I mean after dividing that number with 2, if you got the remainder to be 0, then what you'll have is, that is a even number, right? If you divide with 2 and the remainder is not 0, okay, or suppose you take 4, the number 4, if it is divided by 2, what you get here is 0, remainder is 0, right? Because it is exactly divisible. So modulo is the remainder operator, it gives the remainder after division. So if the remainder is 0, that implies that it is exactly divisible by 2. Print, okay, num, okay, f string num is even, else, okay, you have to make sure that this if and else or any ellipse are there are in the same line. Else colon print f, okay, yeah, f string num is odd, right? So what is this program actually doing is, first of all it is taking a number from the user, okay, and then it is comparing whether that number, it is checking whether that number is exactly divisible by 2 or not. Okay, like if it if the number is divisible by 2 and the remainder after division is 0, okay, then you have to print that number is even. Otherwise, you have to print that number is odd. So let's go ahead and do this. So enter the number. What is the number? Suppose I entered something like 18. 18 is a even number because it is exactly divisible by 2. Because 2 nines are 18. So 18 is even, right? If I press some other odd number like 13, 13 is odd. Okay. Okay, that is good. That is fine. Now, with this knowledge, I want you to take a look at one of the more challenging task on if else statement, that is finding whether the particular year is a leap year or not. So what is the catch here? Okay, so let me show you what is the condition for you to declare whether a particular number is leap year or not. So you see that we normally assume that any number that is divisible by 4 is actually a leap year, but that is not completely correct. Okay, suppose I have a number 2100. Okay, 2100. This number is exactly divisible by 4, but it is not a leap year. So what is the exact condition, okay, for determining whether a particular year is a leap year or not? I'll try to explain it. Okay, initially, for any number to be at least considered to be a leap year, initially it should be divided by, okay, first condition, it should be divided by 4. Okay, it should be divided by 4. Number must be divisible, number, not let us say year. Okay, at least in order for it to be considered, year must be divisible by 4. Next thing is, if year is also divisible by 100, okay, then we must check we must check, okay, whether number is, okay, divisible by 400. Okay, this is special case. If year is also divisible by 100, then we must check whether the number is divisible by 400 as well. Okay, if it is not divisible, okay, then not a leap year. Okay, divisible, then it is a leap year. Okay, this is the case only when if the year is also divisible by 100. Okay, year must be divisible by 4. After this condition, if it is not divisible by 100, then directly it is a leap year. If year is not divisible by 100, okay, but it is divisible by 4, then it is a leap year. Then it is a leap year directly. Okay, what I am supposing to say is, I'll explain much more clearly now. Okay, I'll try to draw a diagram over here. So first of all, let me take this one. Okay, here you have a condition statement. So rhombus, decision box. Okay, here I am writing something. So decision box. Okay, year divisible by 4. I'll take this and keep something smaller. Is year modulo 4 equal to 0. Okay, is year modulo 4 equal to 0? That means year is divisible by 4 or not? That is what I am asking it. Okay, yes, if it is yes, yes, here there is no. Okay, if this condition is not satisfied, okay, then is not a leap year. We can confirm. Okay, condition not satisfied, then it is not a leap year. Then if the condition is satisfied, okay, then you have to check once more. Okay, you have to check once more. Okay, if here modulo 4 is 0, then you will check again for is year modulo 100, is year modulo 100 equal to 0. Sorry about that. Actually, in programming you have to keep double equal to. In normal flowchart you can keep it as 0. Yeah, I mean equal to itself. So if this is the case, now if this condition is false, okay, this condition is false, then okay, it is a leap year. I'm rubbing it off. If this condition is false, that means it is divisible by 4, and if it is divisible by 4 and it is not divisible by 100, then directly you can determine it is a leap year. Okay. Yes side. If it is divisible by 100. Okay. If it is divisible by 100, yes, then you will check. You will check whether it is, this is decision box. You will check whether it is divisible by 400. Okay. So I'll rewrite this one. We'll check whether it is divisible by 400. Okay. I'll remove that and I'll keep 400. Modulo 400 equal to 0. This is modulo 400. Okay. Here is divisible by 400 or not. If it is yes, okay, if it is divisible by 4 and it is divisible by 100, okay, then you will check whether it is divisible by 400. If yes, then it is a leap year. Okay, then it is a leap year. You can actually reroute here itself. Reroute. No, it is not divisible by 400. Then it is not a leap year. I'll take some examples. See here and explain this. Suppose there is 2008. 2008 is divisible by 4. Okay, so this condition is satisfied. Yes. Is the year divisible by 100? No, it is not divisible by 100. In order to be divisible by 100, it should have two zeros. Okay, so no, then it is a leap year. Directly it is a leap year. That is fine. Now you'll take 2000. Okay, here 2000, is it divisible by 4? Yes. Is a year divisible by 100? Yes, because there are two zeros. Okay, then you are checking, is here divisible by 400? Okay, yes, because 2000 by 400 is 5, right? Yes, so it is a leap year. Now you take another thing, 2100. Okay, 2100 is here divisible by 4? Yes. Is here divisible by 100? Yes. Is here divisible by 400? No. Okay. 400 there are two zeros, 2100 there are two zeros, both will get cancelled out, and 21 by 4 will remain. Okay. 21 by 4, okay, is not perfectly 21 is not perfectly divisible by 4, hence not a leap year. And you take another thing. Okay, 2017, is here divisible by 4? No. Okay, no, it is not divisible by 4. Directly it is a not a leap year. So this example, we'll have a understanding of nested if else. That is why I have taken this example. So let us check it out here. So program to find whether a whether an year is a leap year or not. Okay, so we'll have nested if else over here. First of all, you check the condition. If okay, year modulo 4 equal to 0, okay, that is the condition. Okay, first of all you print f, okay, year, that particular year. So first of all you have to input the year. So year equal to int of input of enter the year you want to check. Okay, so first case you directly write here, year is leap year, then we'll have the special cases. Okay, else, okay, if it is not divisible by 4, then it is print f year is, okay, if it is not divisible by 4, it is, there is no question, okay, not a leap year. Okay, if it is divisible by 4, special condition will check it out now. If year modulo, okay, 100 not equal to 0, okay, not equal to 0, then it is a, so you can see here there is error because this is a nested if. So this if is inside this if, so there is four spaces. So but this print statement should be inside this thing. Okay, four spaces and that red mark is gone. Okay, year modulo 4 is equal to 0 and year modulo 100 not equal to 0, then obviously yours is a leap year. Else case, okay, this is, okay, this else is corresponding to this if, remember that. And now I am writing an else statement which is corresponding to this one. So this is nested if else statement. Else case is, okay, year modulo 100 is equal to 0, that is the else case, right? That is the else case. So in else case again you have to check, okay, if year modulo, else case is year modulo 100 equal to 0, right? So that is the other condition other than not equal to 0, because you have written if statement to be year modulo 100 not equal to 0, else case will be exactly opposite of that. So inside which you will check again, if year modulo 400 after it being divided by 100, if year modulo 400 equal to 0, okay, then you'll have this as leap year. Okay, and if it is divisible by 100 and it's not divisible, that is the else case, not divisible by 400, then it is not a leap year, not a leap year, not a leap year. Okay, so you can enter whatever the number here. We'll see the same cases which we have discussed. Suppose that 2008, it is a leap year, it is a leap year, right? Now 2000, it is also a leap year. Okay, now 2100, it is not a leap year, not a leap year, even though it is divisible by 4. Because it is divisible by 100, we have checked whether it is divisible by 400 or not. Okay, because it is not divisible by 400, it is not a leap year. Special case arises when the year The value of year is divisible by 100. Okay, along with 4. Otherwise, we just need to check only whether it is divisible by 4, divisible by 4 or not. Okay, special case arises only when the number is divisible by 100. So now we'll have, yeah, like 2017, which is not divisible by 4. Yeah, it is not a leap year directly. It is not divisible by 4, no issues. Directly it is not a leap year. If it is divisible by 4, okay, then you have to check whether it is divisible by 100. If it is divisible by 100, you have to check whether it is divisible by 400. If it is divisible by 400, then it is a leap year. If it is not divisible by 400, then it is not a leap year. Okay, this ends our discussion of if conditions, conditional statements. We have seen today, okay, about the input statements, how to pass the inputs from the terminals. We have seen how to apply if statement and how to apply if else, and also we have seen uh, multiple condition, how to deal with multiple conditions using if else and if. Okay, and we also have seen what is nested if, okay, with the example of leap year. So with this, we'll end our discussion on conditional statements for today. Tomorrow, or probably if there is time for me today itself, we'll see about the for loops, looping statements, whichever are present in the Python. Maybe that will take another 1 hour. Probably we would have a class tomorrow. Thank you for watching. Please subscribe, like, and ring a bell for my channel. Thank you guys. We'll see you again tomorrow.